Hi everyone! In this presentation I will talk to you about one successful example of urban renewal, the social and urban transformation of Medellín, Colombia. Medellín is a city located in Antioquia department and is the second largest city in Colombia, have a population of over 2 million and all the metropolitan area reach over 3 million. Francisco Herrera founded this city in 1650 years. Its history after the independence was a department of the Spanish colonial administration, and its economy consists on gold extraction from the Medellín River. Before the proclamation, the city grew in importance for its production in coffee and gold. By the 20th century, the coffee still has an importance in the economic growing, despite the incursion on textile activities, like textile, glass, beverage, and food industries. Medellín on 20th century has a period of economic growth until a new era of political instability with the murder of the presidential candidate Jorge Eliezer Gaitán in 1949, with a general political violence in rural areas of Colombia. Another problem was the criminality behind the illegal drug trade at the end of 1980s. Medellín was the home of drug lord Pablo Escobar, and the city was the scenario of terror caused by wars between drug cartels. The population by the second half of the century grows quickly. The demographic transition increased from 360,000 in 1951 to more than 1 million of inhabitants in 1973. This population explosion generates a considerable number of slums around the city. By the 1950s was created the Medellín Master Plan in order to control the metropolitan area and the new developments. However, these plans get obsolete with the population explosion in the 70s and the conformation of new slums. The limits of the city grew in areas not contemplated by the MMP, and many of old buildings were demolished to construct tall towers, offices, and avenues. The mafia developed on the city, where higher unemployment and the lack of services of poor areas generate an urban violence. After 1993 and the murder of Pablo Escobar was not the end of the violence in the city. A program to disband the urban militias of the FARC and the AUC is established on the period 2003-2006. It is in that moment when a concern of the future of the people and the urban panorama started. In 2004 was initiated the transformation with Urbanismo Social, or social urban planning, by the Mayor of Medellín, Sergio Fajardo. In this strategic program, he proposed planning to not improvise park libraries programs and educative centers, integrated urban projects, social housing, and plans for promenades and emblematic streets. First, planning to not improvise. It consists in applying government investment as the indicator of human development and quality of life suggested by the ONU. The revision of the land management plan and the elaboration of plan of middle scale pending. Elaboration of Poblado and Central sectors special plans. History, heritage, public space, and urban equipments special plans. Second, park libraries programs and educative centers to dignify the slum, consisting in the improvement of the slums with the construction of educative, cultural equipments, and quality services. Park libraries new schools, a restructuration of the existing schools, the renovation of the Botanic Garden, and business development centers. Third, proyectos urbanos integrales, or integrated urban projects. This project is an instrument of urban intervention taking physical, social, and institutional elements to improve specific problems in a defined territory with non-antennas from the government before. One of these programs is applied to the community of the northeast of Medellín and consists in the integration of the community with the incorporation of Metrocable system, linear parks, and the construction of squares, educative, cultural, and social centers. Fourth, social housing. This public investment in housing is focused on needy population, areas with less earnings, and high risk of habitability. Fifth, general plan for promenades and emblematic streets that communicate the city. Consists in projects directed to improve urban attributes in streets, promenades, and urban and slum linear parks. In order to do that, the public space, public transport, and the citizen values are integrated to the plan. Medellín is a good example in execute urban changes with few economic resources. Other conclusions remit that the principal component is the political and social will. Thanks for all. That's the end.